Hey, welcome back, guys. I think that the internet connection restart was good for me too, because, like, when I first started up the stream, it was experiencing connection problems, so hopefully we won't have this stream. Excuse me, I'm a sleepy girl. I am a girl. But I get what you're saying. I mean, you might have saw by my last vlog that I am kind of afraid to sleep. Or rather, I feel like my body is fighting my medication that I take for my insomnia. Because I take medication for my insomnia. It's like my body is trying to fight it. It's like my body is like so stressed out that it doesn't even want to sleep. I mean, I love sleeping. Sleeping is great. I think we're all in agreement that sleep is one of the best things ever. It's so relaxing. Our money. Hello? Hello to all of you. But, like, I think that this whole moving situation, not to mention the toxicity, is stressing me out, so my body is becoming resistant to the medication I take. Me too. Usually I sleep in very late during the summer and on the weekends. Oh yeah, I saw that one. It looks pretty cool. I love how Lammy's face was just like, yes, yes, I love you too, honey, but please stop planning a murderous rampage just because someone said something about me. That was honestly a really, really good piece of artwork. Really. 10 years old, huh? I didn't know they let 10-year-olds make YouTube accounts. Maybe that's why YouTube is so full of cancer. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, whatever age he is, he better behave on this stream because, honestly. Sorry about that. go. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the blessings. Did you guys know they're making a live action Dumbo movie? Like that Disney movie from the 1940s, Dumbo. They're making a live action version of it, and I gotta say, it looks pretty impressive from the trailers. It looks like it's going to be great. And Tim Burton is going to be involved in it, so I think I'm gonna like it because I really love Tim Burton's work. Like Coraline and The Corpse Bride, not to mention the 2005 version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Tim Burton just has a lot of stuff that I like, not to mention The Nightmare Before Christmas. No, I haven't, I'm not really interested in the movie Venom, but I've heard good things about the character. What about you guys? Do you like Venom? I love the song from the movie Dumbo, Baby Mine. I sang that song to my sister every single night when I was rocking her. Back when my sister was like a little baby, I used to rock her to sleep, and I used to sing that song. The song from the movie Dumbo, Baby Mine. You know, baby mine, don't you cry. Baby mine, dry your eyes. Rest your head close to my heart, never to part, baby of mine. That song, it's a really, really good song. Next year is going to be my last year of high school. I'm going to be in the 12th grade. I hope I can still do stuff like this clean into adulthood. I hope I can be friends with you guys clean into adulthood. Because, like, when you turn 18 in America, you're legally an adult. But I just hope that I can still be friends with you guys even when I'm in my 20s. And beyond that. Good luck with your testing. You're starting high school this year, Gracie? Well, as a high schooler who's been in high school for almost the full time I've been in high school, let me just tell you, there's going to be things in high school that get to you. If it's not the homework and the test and the exams, it's going to be the people in it. Teachers, students, all kinds of people. They're going to try to get to you. And I know it's really hard to not let them get to you, but I honestly think the best way you can not let them get to you is to be wise who you choose as your friends. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna get messy, you're gonna take a bunch of chances, but just don't let it change who you are inside, okay? That's the best advice I can give you. I mean, high school has done a lot of stuff to me, but I feel like I'm still the same person I have been. I mean, I'm not bragging or anything, but I am a very caring person. No problem, Gracie. No problem. No problem at all. No, spoiled ice cream is not good. Hey, Steven Universe fans out there. Have you guys seen the new promo for it for the next Steven Bomb? It's going to be called The Heart of the Crystal Gems. I mean, we saw the promo after A Single Pale Rose. We saw that the crystal gems are now they know that rose quartz was really pink diamond, and well, now we have a little more footage. I saw that Ruby has said we couldn't have known, and then Sapphire said, "No, you couldn't have known. You have no idea what's going on." And then we, of course, saw Sapphire run away or warp away, but we also saw some footage of Steven and Amethyst out in the woods, presumably looking for Sapphire. And Steven said, "She must be so broken-hearted," or something like that. And we also saw Ruby standing alone, and she's just like, "I'm seeing a future for myself. And that future contains nothing but Ruby." And apparently that says to me that Ruby is liking the idea of going solo for a while, but I don't know. And then we have Steven talking to Greg about how he's worried that Ruby and Sapphire will never form Garnet again, and that we'll never see Garnet ever again. X's death. Is that some kind of Fortnite thing? Because if it is, then I'm not going to know what you're talking about. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about right now, but it's good to have you here, Sue. I'm sorry that there's, I'm sorry that you can only see the drama on the Amino, but there really is other stuff other than drama on the Amino. It just depends on who you ask and who you talk to. There's a rapper named X. Well, I didn't know that. I mean, I listen to rap, but I've never heard of this rapper before. How did he die? From what? A gunshot? Did he shoot himself, or did someone else shoot him? That's unfortunate. I'm really sorry, Sue. Like, seriously, there are some really sick, twisted people out there. I can't believe someone would do that. I mean, actually, I can believe that someone would do that because it's happened before. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was shot in the theater. The singer Selena was shot. And JFK was shot. A lot of people have been shot, so I guess I can believe that that would happen, but I still can't understand why someone would want to do that. So, I can believe that someone would do that, but what I don't believe is why someone would want to do that. It's up to the judge what happens to the killer. Alright, I'll do that after the stream ends. That is, considering I don't forget before I go to sleep. Yeah, if I go to sleep. Anyway, how are you guys all doing? I mean, I know that you're upset about the rapper's death, Sue, but how is everyone else doing beyond all that? I know. It can be really hard to accept that someone is gone. That feeling can be so hard to be okay with. Really? Well, it's good to see that you guys are all doing good. I honestly feel like things are getting just a little bit better in certain parts of the world. Okay. Now I need orange. Alright. My friend Bendy the Dancing Demon, she loves Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. She says that Tony the Talking Clock is one of her husbandos. She does human art of him and the other characters. Like, she draws a really good human version of Tony and Paige the Notebook. She actually ships Tony and the Notepad, whom she calls Paige. And I really like it. I can't decide what my favorite Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared video is. I can't decide if it's the first, second, or fifth one. I love watching people react to, like, these characters getting their guts spilled. Hi, Nana. Welcome. Haven't seen you on my streams in a while. Okay, let's see. Hang on, Mom. What? Okay. No patience. I have been watching the same movie over and over again for the past 2 to 3 days. Hey, Misty. Go on, Misty. Hi, Phoenix the Wolf. The movie I am watching is it is called Big Miracle. Maybe you've heard of it. It was inspired by a true story, like, that really happened. It's basically about these 3 gray whales, a mom, a dad, and their baby, that are trapped underneath Arctic ice, and they only have a small hole in the ice to come up to breathe, and the hole is quickly freezing over, and these people want to help it, and they keep inspiring other people to help the whales get free before they drown. And gray whales can only hold their breath for like 2 to 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes, I think, actually. and they couldn't swim to the open shore because it was like past 5 miles of ice. They can't swim that far without having to come up to take a breath. It's a very heartfelt movie, and it's very, very good. Alright, you have fun in the shower. I love showering personally. I also like taking baths. Baths are just so relaxing. It feels like you're being covered in a warm blanket of moisture. A warm, liquidy blanket. I know that doesn't make any sense and it sounds kind of disgusting, but that's honestly what it feels like. It feels like you're being wrapped in a blanket. No, I do that too. I mean, it's probably not the best idea because the steam from the shower could probably fry the circuits of your phone. But still. Frick. Yeah, I sing in the shower too. Dancing in the mirror and singing in the shower. Hang on. Let it be, let it down, let it down. Singing in the shower. Alright, bye Nala. Oh yeah, you sing Vocaloid songs in the shower too? Me as well. And I usually sing Vocaloid songs like Gigantic OTN or The Bitchy Idol. Or, God, what was that other one? I can't remember what that other song was. Give me a sec. Sendrillin. I love Sendrillin. That's such an awesome Vocaloid song. Sorry. I actually have the song on my MP3 player. I have... it's not the original version, but it's a really good cover of it.朝投げられる夢だけ見せて時計のたけた特魔の曖昧夜に誘うかいなる三段の出し見はめてゆく話者の中で震えてか無地味なくるき I love that song so much. I love all of those songs. I love The Lost Ones Weeping, Electric Angel, I'm Sorry, Okasan, Ghost Rule, and yeah, I just love all of those songs. I love Ghost Rule. Hey Mayday, you can find out that it's me. No need to hold it back, in fact, just leave me be. Hey Mayday, you can find out that it's me. Say whoa, whoa, whoa. I know, right? I mean, that's the last thing any of us want. Like, seriously. I'm really sorry about that rapper, Sue. I'm really, really, truly, deeply sorry. I also love Okasan. I have that song on my MP3 player. Sometimes I fall asleep to it. Probably not the best idea, considering that song is really creepy. If you guys don't know this, Okasan is the Japanese word for mother, and it is also a Vocaloid song made by the Vocaloid producer known as Machigureta P. Machigureta P is a well-known Vocaloid song maker. He is best known for his horror-themed music, or their horror-themed music. I don't know the gender of Machigureta P. But Okasan is a song that builds suspense. The song is about a young girl who tells the viewer that her mother is coming. She is very afraid of her mother, as her mother is very abusive, and by the end of the song it ends with the death of our main singer by the hands of her mother around the neck. And what's even creepier about the song is that when it's played backwards, it has like a hidden voice message in Japanese. It's very, very creepy. O ka asa kaku ni hayaku ni denai no o ka asa. Oh man, it's so creepy. I also like Circle You, Circle You. Circle You, Circle You is like, if you ask someone about a creepy Vocaloid song to listen to, there's a pretty good chance that you'll come across Circle You once or twice. Hello, gaming profile, welcome. Circle You is also a Vocaloid song. I can't remember the name of the person. Okay. I can't remember the name of the Vocaloid producer that made the song. I know it started with a Z. That's all I remember, though. But anyway, Circle You is actually based off of an old Japanese children's game called Kagome Kagome. The object of the game is for one player to play as the demon blindfolded who sits in the center of the other children who circle around the blindfolded player and they chant a special song. When the song ends, the player in the middle must name off who the child is behind them. But in this version of the story, you, the viewer, find yourself in an abandoned research facility where children were experimented on by scientists. The scientists were trying to find an immortality elixir by using matter of the brain, and they did, and the children drank the immortality elixir, but it had some side effects. It left the children permanently disfigured and unable to mature, and according to the song, I think that, according to the wiki, I think they killed the scientists in revenge, and they slowly went insane over time. And every time someone new comes to the research facility, you are obligated to play the game with them. And if you guess who the child is behind you incorrectly, you are killed or you have some kind of body part chopped off of you. But it doesn't really matter because even if you guess correctly, they're still going to do it anyways, which is just some major bullshit in my opinion. But literally, I love Circle You, Circle You. It is a very good song. I'll be right back. I gotta go close the curtains. I am back with Sprite. Let us do this. Well, I guess it's normal for parents to be worried about their children if their children are gonna sing creepy songs like Kakome Kakome, which is the Japanese title for Circle You, Circle You. But I honestly love Circle You, Circle You, even though I kind of got some pretty bad nightmares and I had trouble falling asleep after listening to it too much in one day. My advice for you is to not listen to that song too many times in one day. I mean, if you're gonna listen to that song, fine. Just don't listen to it too many times in one day, and do not listen to it at nighttime, because at nighttime, when you go to sleep, you're gonna have that creepy stuff in your brain, and it's probably gonna either give you nightmares, or it's gonna make it harder for you to fall asleep, especially if you're afraid of the dark. That's why I sleep with a nightlight and some kind of sound playing. Because I cannot sleep in an absolutely silent, dark room. Hello, Deadly Dust 101. I don't know that song. I mean, maybe I do, and I just don't know that it's called that. But seriously, the song is so good. There's a building hidden in the dark, long abandoned, in which no one talks. Down the hall into the farthest room, children gather in this ghostly tomb and smile, for they were waiting here, especially just to play with you. All the happy faces, such happy faces, they know you'll join them soon. Circle you, stay with us and play forever. Circle you, close the door and leave us never, till we see the rising sun. This is only the beginning. Circle you, aren't we having so much fun? It's so creepy. Well, and that other song you talked about, I'm Sorry, otherwise known in Japanese as Gomenne Gomenne. That song is it's known to be one of the most dark and abusive songs known to Vocaloid. It is made by the Vocaloid producer known as Kikuo. And Kikuo usually makes dark and very nursery rhyme themed songs and combines them into one. Do I have a favorite movie? Yeah, I have several favorite movies. Right now, my favorite movie is Big Miracle. But anyway, Gomenne Gomenne, a lot of people interpret the song to be covering cannibalism, but I think it's like a more common interpretation is that it's a mixture of rape and child abuse, and how Miku is constantly venting to her father that she's sorry that she found someone else to fall in love with other than her dad. Watashi wa nai no moshin atari yonto yoronene ah la 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 gomenne yo hinanai Oh, Circus Monster. Yes, I have heard of Circus Monster. My cousin loves Circus Monster, and I don't blame her. It's a very catchy song. I haven't listened to it a whole lot, but I know more or less what it sounds like. And I know it's like English or something. Another one of my favorite Vocaloid songs is Amygdala's Ragdoll. It's sung by the English Vocaloid known as Oliver. I love Oliver. He's so cute. Well, maybe you're just not a fan of Vocaloid, or you don't listen to Japanese songs as constantly as we do. I mean, I don't want to eat a human. I don't think I could eat a human. Amygdala's Ragdoll is it's like one of my cousin's favorite Vocaloid songs, and it is completely and utterly my fault because I got her into it. Sometimes I do these like little test things, like there's someone who has a bunch of videos about like try to guess what Vocaloid song this is. They play like 15 seconds of the Vocaloid song and I have to guess what song it is. Sorry NGT. Well, welcome, Sorry. It's nice to see you here. I don't think I've ever seen you before. I mean, unless you're someone who's been here a lot and you just changed your screen name.か細いが心の端に止まるいつの波が燃え広がる熱情私の超不規則首飛び回り波が弓羽鳥で唇からしたいと夢覚めないとこななまま幼燃え上がるのたぎらせてほしいなしがめてほしい間違いなどないんだと思わせてキスもして耳がれけをし今くの時に合うしれ残えて光のI've heard good things about Soul Eater. I've never watched it myself, but I've heard good things about it. One of the darkest anime I've ever watched in my life is probably Higurashi. I love Higurashi. I really like the second season a lot. The first season, in my opinion, really focuses on setting up the story and the characters and the plot elements. And it also focuses more on the scary factors of the anime itself, while the second season focuses more on getting deeper into the plot and explaining those questions that you had in the first season, and it also focuses more on the emotional aspect of the anime. You recognize the song, Gracie. I mean, I was worried no one would recognize that song. I mean, we've got like literally some Vocaloid fans here, and I'm just like, come on, you gotta recognize this one. This is a very well known song in the Vocaloid community. But I wonder if you know what the song is about. Do you guys know what the song Magnet is about? I mean, I know what it's about. But do you? Of course I know Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never watched anything about it. My favorite anime is Yuri on Ice, okay? I can probably name off a few, like, I can probably name off animes that I've seen, or at least know some things about. I've seen Yuri on Ice, Higurashi, Boku no Pico, what's another anime? Sakura Trick, Madoka Magica, Osamatsu-san. I've seen the first few minutes of Sword Art Online. I've seen a little bit of RWBY, RWBY. What's another anime I know? God, I gotta stay away from the hentais. I've already named one hentai. I can't name a bunch of other ones. Come on, stay away from the hentai. Saikin Imoto no Yosu ga Choto Okashinda ga, also known as Imocho. Boku wa Imoto ni Koi wo Suru. Kashimashi Girl Meets Girl. Strawberry Panic. Junjo Romantica. Sakai Ichi Hatsukoi. What's another one? Maiden Rose. Rose and Maiden. I wouldn't classify Yuri on Ice as a yaoi anime. The reason why I don't think Yuri on Ice is a yaoi anime is because the anime is mainly about discovering your passion and ice skating and overcoming obstacles. The show itself is not exclusively about Yuri and Victor's relationship. That's why I don't think Yuri on Ice is a yaoi anime. If Yuri on Ice was a yaoi anime, the camera would constantly be centered around the romantic relationship of Yuri and Victor, but it's not. It's centered around Yuri getting confidence and pleasing Victor and learning new strengths and overcoming obstacles. The show is not just about their relationship. That stuff is mainly just fan service. God dang it. Yes, I have watched hentai in the past, and I kind of regret it, but at the same time, I kind of don't. Hentai is not terrible. I think you can. I mean, I'm not saying that you should go and watch hentai, especially if you're underaged, but there are a lot of other anime, really good anime out there that don't have to involve, that kind of stuff. Oh, another anime I like. What's I don't know. I can't remember what it was called. It has the word kiss in it. I think it's called A Mischievous Kiss. I think that's the English title. Yeah, I'm fine. I just have an itchy eye, that's all. Wish more people were here, though. What's another anime that I like? What is it? What's another anime that I like? Oh yeah, there's this anime movie. It's called A Silent Voice. I know it's a movie, but it still counts as an anime, right? Right? Movies still count. The movie is about a girl named Shoko. She transfers to a new school and she gets bullied a lot because she's deaf. She mainly gets bullied by this boy named Shoya, and he bullies her until she pretty much transfers straight out of that school, and then he becomes a victim of bullying. And well, when he is a teenager, he wants redemption, and he meets up with Shoko again, and he wants to try to make things better with her. Oh, I haven't really seen it. I might have to check it out. It's a very, like, the anime, like, a silent voice. If you're very sensitive to bullying, then I guarantee you there is going to be parts of the movie that will make you mad or make you cry. But it's a very good movie, trust me. And the character designs are really nice. The animation is very well done. It's in English and in Japanese. I've only watched the English version, and the voice acting is very well delivered on the English version. A lot of people don't typically like English dubs because they're very not well done. The English voice actors don't even sound like they're portraying any emotion, stuff like that. But I honestly can sense a lot of emotion in this one. Heck, I like the English dub more of Yuri on Ice more than the Japanese dub. Crap. Someone from Amino messaged me and they want me to frickin' talk to them. I want to tell them that I can't, but I can't exit out of the stream, otherwise it's gonna crash or lag or something. I haven't watched Attack on Titan. I mean, I want to, but I always keep forgetting to. And when I finally got the time to sit down and watch it, my mom told me to turn it off because she doesn't want me watching anime around my little sister. My mom hates anime. She thinks all anime is just a bunch of weird, perverted tentacle rape stuff. Yeah, Mom? Be right there. Crap, I hope she didn't hear me. My mom has ears like a frickin' superhuman. I love the Attack on Titan theme song. I'm not sure if I'm singing it right, but I'm just trying. Coming! What is it, Mom? Oh. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My mom needed help with a corset. You didn't miss much. We were talking about animes. I was talking about animes that I liked, and Gracie has a quote saved from this conversation. It's very embarrassing, though. But I just got back down here. I was upstairs helping my mom with a corset. It was so hard to zip up, man. You guys ever seen Black Butler? And if you have do you guys remember that corset scene? Like, seriously, now I understand why women struggle with corsets. I mean, I probably won't know the full struggle until I actually start wearing one, and I don't really intend to wear one. I really don't see a point in wearing one. Why would you want to wear something that's literally crushing your ribs and your inner organs? If I ever run out of a color of Sharpies, I've got some replacements here. As you can see, I have a lot of Sharpies. People know how much I use Sharpies, so that's why they buy me a lot in packs for my birthday and for Christmas. Alright, let's get out the colors I need. Let's see. Aqua green. Yeah, it is a lot of Sharpies. Silver. Red. Yellow green. Mahogany. Oh. Yeah, well, children will be children. I was a child. You guys are children. 我台下看的人心肠都是让我的小朋友进那看的画面那一代是 I know I'm not singing it right. I'm just singing how the song sounds to me. But I bet somewhere around the world a Chinese person is cringing at the sound of me trying to imitate their language even though I don't know how to. I don't know why. I love that song, even though it's a really effed up song. No, it's not Japanese, it's Chinese. It's a Chinese Vocaloid song, sung by a Chinese Vocaloid. It's sung by the Chinese Vocaloid Luo Tiani. I love Luo Tiani. Before I packed it up, there was like a square piece of paper pinned up there of a girl with gray hair. I mean, of a boy with gray hair, and they were going like this with their eyes closed. It was actually that's kind of what Luo looks like, but it's actually a boy. I think it's actually a boy derivative of Luo because the music video that picture was from, It's from one of Luo Tiani's songs. The song is called "The Bitchy Idol." It's a really effed up song. It's the song I was singing just now. The song is about a very, very young boy who tries to seduce older men by dressing as a girl. I know it in English by heart. I don't know why I like it so much. I mean, it's very catchy, but dang, is it messed up. And the music video, my goodness, the art is very, very detailed. I mean, you don't see anything too nasty, but it's in this the stuff that you do see is very detailed. The sweat marks and oh, I'm sorry, I'm a dirty sinner. Yeah. Yeah. The blaring cheer under the stage can't bear the heat inside this cage. Hazy feelings stick to my sweaty skin under the hot spotlight. A joke only told at midnight, it'll blow your mind. Quiver with me, no matter how risque the moan, how accidental the allure, soaked in the poison spices. Close your eyes and keep your mouth shut. Swept away by a mighty storm, I'll come on, light the fuse. Brush back my hair, burn for me. What kind of idol am I? Handsome, alluring, or shy? Choose any flavor you wish. Can't force a smile like this. Excited voices rise up, loosen the knot on the tie. Man or king or incubus, you'll know by the end of my song. Answered your call. Concentrate, please. Don't misbehave. Precious flower. Throw it away. Hey, look at me. Miss the moment. The arrogant idol, dig chastity, grave my lips behind the mic. Who is it they indulge, touching pleasurably? Only the noise matters, the primitive rhythm. I'll take it all as praise for me. The pretentious idol, always in the middle. Hemlines of the silk skirt. Who is it they fall for? Misunderstood response, just following my heat. Chest full of poison, love. This half of my bed is my reward for you. Sanity, huh? You wanna recite that poem? Or if you don't want to, that's fine. But it's like they say in Doki Doki Literature Club, you can always become more confident and a better poem writer if you share. Doki Doki! I want Doki Doki Literature Club to become an anime. I can't decide which girl I like the most. I mean, I love Natsuki because she's just the cutest little shit ever. I love Monica because she's just. I don't know. I just can't hate Monica. Even though she did awful things, she realized what she was doing was wrong and she tried to make it better. And I like Sayori because she suffers from depression, and I also suffer from depression, and she feels like she doesn't deserve help, and I just kind of like characters like that feel like they don't deserve help, and then they slowly start to realize that everyone deserves help in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And I also love Yuri because she's very adorable and her shy nature is very cute to watch, and I love how wise and smart she is. I just love all the characters. I can't decide which one I like the most, and I'm honestly okay with the protagonist being with either one of those girls. But we all know that Monica does not allow that because she wants us all for herself. So if we try to even get close to any of the girls. You guys all know what happens. Sayori hangs herself and her files are deleted from the game. Natsuki snaps her neck. Yuri stabs herself. Monica deletes all the characters' files. She gets you all to herself. We all know what happens in Doki Doki. Anyway, Nana, about your poem. Whenever I try to write a poem, I always feel so awkward, so that's why I just don't write poems. I just draw. You're on the cannon ground, I'm up in crack ship space. Every day, I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. I've been slowly learning the lyrics to Your Reality. Have you ever thought our eyes are portals to our sanity, and every time we cry, we become less and less sane until we don't cry anymore, therefore we are no longer sane? Huh. That's a really good poem. I really like how deep it is. And it opens your eyes to a whole new world of possibilities you never thought about. I want to talk about Vocaloids some more. Hey Floor, do you like Vocaloids? How can I write love into reality? Yeah, because it's just like you're just like, I like this song, and then someone's just like, oh yeah, I also like that song. You just turn to them immediately and you're just like, hi new friend. It's so funny. Like what songs, Floor? Earlier we were talking about some pretty dark Vocaloid songs like Circle You, and Okasan. I'm thinking about another Vocaloid song by Kikuo right now. It's in my head. Kimi wa dekinai, dekinai, dekinai de. Kono yo de ichiban dekinai de. La la la. Hanashi to dekinai. I know that song better in English. Hey Bunny Balloon, welcome! Oh my gosh, I've missed talking to you. I have been trying to get your attention for a while now. La la, lullabies to go to sleep. Yeah. You are an absolutely, absolutely useless child. Whenever I make a mistake, I sing that song to myself. I don't know why. I don't know why, but every time I make a mistake, I feel so embarrassed and ashamed of myself that I just put myself down a lot. It's just like mistakes. For me, mistakes are not little. For me, mistakes are like the end of the world, and I just cannot handle the embarrassment that comes after making a mistake. It's probably my anxiety. Hi, Foxykins. Insanity, Magnet. Oh, I love Poppy-Po and Levin Dance. Oh, I know that song. I've only listened to it once, but I know it. La 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 la, you listen me. Shio, shio. This is what I have done so far. I'm in the process of coloring Flaky. I think it looks pretty good so far. Pencil, did I tell you you could slip out of my hands? No, I did frickin' not. I feel that walking has become another chore. I don't think I can go on walking anymore. Forgive me for those words, I know they're but a cliche to you, but life is tiring, my feet are feeling sore. Yeah. Nana, you actually have a Vocaloid as your profile picture. That's a Vocaloid on your profile picture. The user in this chat that's with the screen name I Can't Even Comics, their profile picture is actually a Vocaloid. It's a Korean Vocaloid named Shiu. Actually, it's spelt C-U, like S-E-E, and then a capital U. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I heard someone pronounce it Shiu, so I'm just gonna pronounce it Shiu. I have one of Shiu's songs on my phone. It's called Poem of a Thousand Years. It's a pretty lengthy song, but I like it regardless. It's actually a 16-minute song. Yes, 16 minutes. But regardless of whether or not you can understand what the song is saying, it's a really pretty song. Man, it's such a good song. I also like this other Vocaloid song. I think it's pronounced Calc. It's spelled C-A-L-C. So I think it's pronounced Calc. It's a pretty good song. I like the English Nightcore version of it. When we grow apart, it's destiny. It's just how it was supposed to be. But I know that I'm not strong enough to accept that so easily. Each and every single answer that comes my way are sold at too high a price for me to pay. They rob me of the courage to leave it all and move on. The song that I once sang and gave to you is now just a sad love song, overplayed a time or two. Let the wind flow in and blow it away, back to that time, that summer day when I fell in love with you. It's a very beautiful song. I've also been singing this song called After All by, what was her name? I can't remember. I cannot remember her name. I know it starts with an E. It's Eleni something. I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. The song goes, what would a mother not do for her child? What lengths would a mother not go? There's a bond that exists between mother and child, with no end to how strong it can grow. It's a promise for life between mother and child. It begins from the moment of birth, and you're shaken to your soul with an ache you've never known. And you look into their eyes and find you're looking in your own. And there's a pain you can't imagine, a special kind of torture you can feel, a cut that bleeds from somewhere deep inside you, a past regret you cannot heal. Oh my gosh. And no one guesses all the while you're praying that screaming little stranger in your arms might just grow up and save you after all. Might just grow up and save you after all. Yes, that can also be something too. That could be another thing, Floor. Thank you, Nala. Also, welcome back. What would a mother not do for her child? What heights would a mother not climb? There's a bond that exists between mother and child, and it only gets deeper with time. It's a promise for life between mother and child, and to break it there's no greater pain. And you're shaken to your soul with an ache you can't erase, like the tears you've never cried but still keep scrubbing off your face. And there's a pain you can't imagine, a special talk that keeps you wide awake, that somehow turns to bold determination, that you won't ever make the same mistake. And so you vow to feed your little future, assuring that her talent, poise, and charm might just grow up and save you after all. Might just grow up and save you after all. Some dreams die upon the vine, some may never have a chance. Sweeter than the sweetest wine, that mine becomes the queen of France. And it's relief you can't imagine. It's filling every sinew, bone, and nerve to know that you can get out of this hellhole and finally live the life that you deserve. Oh my gosh. And evidently the past you knew would haunt you, and all of the regret you didn't show might just grow up and save you after all. Might just grow up and save you might just grow up and save you after all. Hey, Sabby, welcome. Oh man. Clowns. Yeah, I like clowns. They're funny and creepy at the same time. And if you don't like clowns, don't worry, you'll float too. Anyone gets that reference? Like, seriously. Please tell me someone gets that reference. My mom thinks that all clowns are creepy because of, like, she does not like their makeup and their creepy smiles. I mean, I'm sure my mom grew up. My mom has watched a lot of scary movies, so I'm sure whatever she saw in her childhood, whatever happened to my mom in her childhood, turned her into the person she is today. Every event that has happened in the past has led up to make her become the person she is today. I'm not saying my mom's a bad person, even though she's the frickin' worst, but I love her. My mom is the absolute worst, but I love her. But it's okay, she's my mom. I'm supposed to find her annoying. Like, I say that my mom and sister are annoying, but that's okay because I'm supposed to find them annoying. Because my sister is my sister. We all find our siblings annoying, at least a little bit, even though we still love them. Ugh! Nala is back with the smuttiness. Don't go all out of proportion with the smuttiness. Speaking of smuttiness, you guys probably know this, but maybe you don't, but, Flippy x Flickpy is my guilt ship, okay? I like it to a certain degree. There, I said it. But I still prefer them as brothers and best friends. But today I was reading one of the smuttiest fan fictions I've ever read, and it was with that pairing. Like, the grammar was absolutely just bleh, and the frickin' smutty talk was off the hook. Like, seriously, Flickby, he was so frickin' offensive. He was so freaking offensive. He was practically telling Flippy to say, "Touch me, daddy, touch me." So, I'm sorry. I discover weird corners of the internet, especially when you're on something like Wattpad. I hate myself. I'm such a terrible person. It's just like, yeah, yes, daddy, yes. I'm sorry, forget that I ever said that. Please forget that I said that. Can we please not talk about this? My face is going to hurt from all the smiling I'm doing. I feel so guilty. I think another thing that the author of that fanfiction did is they did a self-insertion. Not like that, though. They inserted themselves into the story. It was so freaking weird, man. Every chapter had a lemon. Every chapter had a lemon and some of the most smuttiest talk I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. I'm a sinner. You got me. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. Look at her. She's so embarrassed. Yeah, okay, let's not talk about that anymore. I don't want to scare anyone away. Because I know that there are some decent people here. I'm just not one of them. I'm not a very decent person. I can't. It's okay. It's called Flippy x Flickpy Smuts. It's on Wattpad. I'm pretty sure you can find it. It's I don't know why, but for some reason I like reading it just so I can laugh my head off. It's like one of those things that you'd read when you want to be a rebellious teen. Sometimes I feel like I'm a pain in the ass to everyone. I feel like I annoy everyone just because I exist. Who's confident? Who are you talking to, Sabby? Not me. Well, I mean, you have to have well, of course. I mean, you do have to have confidence. Confidence is very important. It's something that it's something that's very it's almost necessary to have, but don't have too much confidence, because if you have too much confidence, it can slowly turn into arrogance, and no one likes someone who is arrogant. No one likes an arrogant asshole. I'll be right back, guys. My mom needs me. My mom My mom wanted me to come upstairs so I could tell her how she looked. She was wearing this really beautiful blue dress. It had to like down to here below her calves, I guess you could say. And she said she was like ironing her hair, and she said, "How do I look?" And I just joked around with her and I said, "You look absolutely terrible. No one's gonna bang you in that." And she's just like, "Oh, yee, thanks. That's what I was going for." And I was just laughing and I said, "I'm just kidding. You look beautiful." Because she really did look beautiful. She looks gorgeous, and the heels she's wearing make her look so tall. My mom is actually not too much taller than me. I think she's only like a few centimeters taller than me. But she always reminds me that it doesn't matter if I ever get taller than her, which I'm not going to because I'm done growing. She says it doesn't matter how much taller I am than her, she's still the boss of me. But seriously, I am like 5'1" at the most. I have been this height since 2014. I have been this height since I was 14, and I am almost 18. I should have grown at least a little bit since then, but it looks like I'm done growing because, like, I don't think I'm gonna grow anymore. Nala, guys, listen, okay? We as humans are naturally perverted, okay? We as humans are naturally perverted, okay? If your child or a younger sibling, if a very young child, refuses to wear clothing, boy or girl, it usually means that they're exploring their boundaries, okay? Humans are just naturally perverted. It doesn't matter what gender you are. The more you grow, the more hormones you are going to get. So I would say, yes, I am kind of perverted, but it's not exactly something that you should throw a party about. I mean, it's okay to let your fantasies fly for just a little bit, but when you let your fantasies fly a little too much and a little too often, it becomes a little creepy and disgusting and rapey at that point. That includes excessive smut talking. I mean, I love smutty stuff. I read smutty stuff all the time. But even I get sick of that stuff every once in a while. Guys, keep in mind, humans are animals, okay? Anything living that is not a plant is considered an animal, alright? And animals have three main instincts. They have to eat, they have to survive, and they have to mate and repopulate. So, it's just in our instinct to want to seek out satisfaction, okay? And don't take this as me being all smart. I just think it should be common knowledge for someone of my age. Now, I say that humans are just naturally perverted, but it's true that some are more perverted than others. Some have more hormones than others. Some have greater wants than others. Yes, yes, you can. You can, Floor. You can be a moderator. I just wish I knew how to edit the settings so I can make you visibly a moderator. I mean, I don't mind a little smut talk once or twice, but just don't do it constantly because it's kind of annoying, honestly. Besides, you don't want me to fall out of my chair again, do you? You guys have done that to me twice on my streams. Naruto, huh? I'm not really a big fan of Naruto, but I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I know just a little bit about it. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, another anime I like. It's a kids anime, but it's still an anime, and it's a really good anime too. It's called it's called Kirby Right Back at Ya, but the Japanese version is called Hoshi no Kaibi. That means Kirby of the Stars. I honestly like the English version a lot more than the Japanese version, but the Japanese version is pretty good too. It's basically that Nintendo character Kirby. He has an anime of his own. It's got like 100 episodes, give or take, and the 100th episode is pretty much a movie. Alright. I missed like 2 colors. Big freaking mood. So you got to feed your little future, assuring that her talent, poise, and charm might just grow up and save you after all. Might just grow up and save you. Might just grow up and save you after all. What would a mother not do for her child? What lengths would a mother not go? There's a bond that exists between mother and child. Ah, but then again, how would you know? I haven't watched hentai in a long time, and that's honestly a good thing because you're not really supposed to watch hentai until you're 18 and older. And plus, watching hentai, going on those hentai websites can put nasty, nasty viruses on your computer and or whatever piece of technology you're using. There's nothing wrong with smutty stuff, but you gotta know when you're taking it too far. I think the only yaoi hentai I ever watched was Boku no Pico. It was honestly, I get why people say that it's like freaking cancer and it's so gross, I agree. Child pornography is like literally the most disgusting thing ever. But I find some good things about Boku no Pico, like the fact that the character designs are freaking adorable. I tried doing that once, Floor. Maybe I should try again. Also, I got the page colored. God, she looks so sick. It's just a good thing that she ate something. I like this wide panel right here at the bottom where we get to see like full body shots of these two, and you can see that Flippy is standing a safe distance away from Flaky. I mean, the thing about Flippy in my alternate universe, like right at the start of it when they were still battling against Flickpy for her safety and everyone else's safety, is that, well, there were times when Flippy would keep his distance from Flaky, even in her company, because he was afraid that something would just randomly happen that would make him flip out, and he didn't want to be too close to her when he flipped out. Because he thought that if he kept a safe distance between her, then Flickpy would not notice that Flaky was like right there next to him, and then he'd just go search for a different victim. It's kind of selfish when you think about it, because the way I just said that, it makes it sound like Flippy doesn't care about anyone else Flickpy kills. He only cares about Flaky, but that's not true. It's just that he's thinking more about Flaky in the moment, and everyone understands. Flippy wants to protect everyone that he possibly can, but at the same time, he's just one person. Bear, tree friend, whatever. You can see there, it's symbolism. He didn't show. Might just grow up and see you after all. Might just grow up and see you. I really like drawing hands. Hands are hands are something that I'm actually really good at drawing. I mean, I still struggle with drawing hands at times, but I honestly don't have too much of a problem with drawing hands. uh, no, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I think that's why most cartoon artists draw 4 fingers on someone's hand instead of 5, because it's just a lot easier to do 4 sausagey fingers instead of 5 accurate proportionate ones. Okay, time for a chocolate break. 'Cause Mama's gotta get her chocolate. I honestly don't draw mitten hands on the tree friends that much. I mean, I used to do it on a kind of constant basis, but I just got so used to drawing hands on them that now when I draw mitten hands on them, it just looks weird. That's why more often than not, I just do the regular four-fingered hands on them. I want to know a fun fact? In the short time that Lammy's been in the show, I have never seen her with mitten hands. She always has her four-finger hands. It's like literally. I have never seen Lammy with mitten hands in the show. She always appears to have her fingers exposed. Don't talk with chocolate in your mouth. You're gonna drool all over paper. Hey, that's okay. Have fun, Mom, but not too much fun. Yeah? Alright then. I wonder where my mom's going. Yeah, isn't it weird though? I love Lammy. I really want to see more of her in future episodes. Like, I really, really want to see more of her. Yep, that's a quote of the. I actually say that to a lot of people when they're heading out. Have fun, but not too much fun. Because if you have too much fun, you're going to get tired. Whenever my mom wants to sit down or lay down, I say, "Mom, you can't sit down. You have kids." Because moms are always on their feet and they have to constantly take care of their kids, like they have to constantly be feeding or changing or cleaning a baby. Cuz I think that newborn babies have to eat every 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, I saw that in the storyboards. And I saw that Nemeo animated the scene that Lammy was supposed to like apparently like he animated the scene based on the storyboards, and I honestly think that was really nice of him. I mean, I've been hearing bad things about Nemeo on the Amino from a member. Apparently he was really mean to them or something. He was like a jerk or something. And that's not cool. Like really that is not cool. But still, uh oh whoopsies. Why did I even take the color gray out? I don't even need this color. I just was not thinking. I don't even know what he did. Like, I couldn't understand why what he said was so offensive. Floor, do you know why what he said was offensive? Can you please explain it to me? Cuz he said something about frames per second animation and like I kill yourself or something. I don't remember exactly what he said. Can you please explain to me if you know so I can understand it a little bit better? Hey, lack of inspiration. We've all been there. I feel like I'm slowly reaching that state of mind permanently, but I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to keep making art until the day I die. And I don't ever want to lose interest in Happy Tree Friends because it's my passion. I know it's literally the only thing I ever draw, but there's a reason for that. Yes, I'm obsessed, and it's part of my Asperger's syndrome to become obsessed with things, but I can't help it. It's my passion. I've never felt this happy with anything until, My mom got some coffee recently that had a little bit of espresso in it. And apparently espresso makes you really, really energetic. I don't drink coffee a lot. I don't remember the last time I ever drank a cup of coffee, like of my own volition. I mean, I've taken sips of coffees from other people purely because they offer, but I don't think I don't remember the last time I drank a cup of coffee of my own. But I do have experience with making coffee for my grandma. My grandma. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Floor. Thanks for trying anyway. Well, that's good. It's good that you know that you have a passion. And it sounds like it's a really good passion. And it's not exactly unhealthy either. Sometimes I feel like my obsessions are very unhealthy, but I just can't help it. They're just. If they make me happy, then, well, if they make me happy and they're not slowly killing me and giving me cancer, then why should I fret? I mean, addictions are bad, but at least my addiction isn't giving me cancer or driving my friends and family away. At least I'm not. At least I'm not smoking. At least I'm not doing meth. At least I'm not beating the shit out of someone. Sometimes I feel like doing that, though, but I'm not going to because I'm better than that. Yeah, you should. Go right ahead. I mean, your animations are awesome. I mean, I bet they're pretty hard to do. I mean, animation itself is very hard. Pamela Den. Hello. Welcome to the stream, Pamela. It's good to have you here. Yeah, I remember that Floor. I'm doing pretty good. And yourself? I am working on outlining this comic page. A room the darkness has come to love, a witch so hauntingly then appears. She greets me only to turn and say goodbye. Painting is not really my it's not really something that I'm really into. I mean, if we're talking about painting pottery, then yeah, I find some interest with that, but I prefer to use pencils and Sharpies and markers and stuff like that. But painting pottery is pretty fun because you can decorate it and such. Hmm? Oh, thanks. It's just a pajama shirt. I think it belonged to my grandpa, but he just lent it to me for a bedtime shirt, and I've kept it ever since. I miss my grandpa. I want to go visit him. Uh, yeah, I've heard two Vocaloid songs with the name Lie in them. I've heard the Vocaloid song Lie and the one that's Lie, Lie, Lie. I honestly listen to Lie, Lie, Lie more. The time the seasons began to freeze, the days that never passed would pile up the snow. I think about it all of the time. I made it your favorite color. You'd love it. Just look and see. Then one at a time. Those bonds that we tied too tight ripped the seam before I fixed my eyes on that we wanted, but way too unsure, too afraid. Had fallen through our fingers way too fast and scattered away. And now I'm left standing on this lone monochrome stage. Can't run away in this TV like play. Crying disguise, I'd rather die and be reborn. Oh my gosh, that's such a friggin' sad song. It's such a sad Vocaloid song. Thank you, Pamela. And yes, you can ask me questions. I love answering questions. I mean, it depends on what kind of questions they are, but still. Just don't ask me any math questions. I'm on summer vacation. I don't want to be educated. I don't want to be edumacated. Hmm? Oh, that's nice, Sabby. The song I was singing just now is a Vocaloid song. It's called Reboot. The video for it is so freaking sad. I'm not going to tell you what happens in it, but if you want to find out for yourself, just search up Vocaloid Reboot, and I'm pretty sure you'll find the thumbnail is a it probably has a brown haired girl, Miku, and Luca. It's a very, very sad song. And in the video is even more sad. And all at once that truth clear to seem left disappointment deep underneath. We felt the pain we tried so hard to keep away. My favorite color? Red. I love red. It's my favorite color. It's a very pretty color. Thank you, Pamela. The Vocaloid Hikaru? Is there a Vocaloid named Hikaru? Well, maybe I have and I just don't know it, but I do know a Vocaloid song it's called Hikari Yo. In English it translates to O light. It's just the letter O and then light. It's a song by Kikuo. It's a pretty good song. It's a pretty dark song too. And like many of Kikuo's songs, the lyrics are vague and open to interpretation. Rose, gold, or red. Really? Oh my gosh, you've heard it. You've heard it, Sabby. You know it. You know the English version. I have the English version on my freaking phone. I listen to it when I take my dogs for a walk around the block. Find anywhere for me to be, stay happily. There's just no way for me. I'm hanging from my feet up in the air from a string. Ah, anyone, wake me again. Please, anyone, wake me again. Oh my gosh, it's such a good song. Jubyphonic really did a good song. Did a good cover of it. Kissing violet wings, in the corner I can see your shoulder on the right, a butterfly in front of me, knowing now the pain, the piano starts to play. And echo all the same, kissing violet wings, in the corner I can see your shoulder on the right, a butterfly in front of me. Lipstick color? I don't really wear lipstick. I don't really like to either. But I remember when I was little, I always used to want to wear red lipstick, so I guess red lipstick. Hey, it's okay. If this person wants to get to know me, then, well, then they can get to know me. Excuse me. Hiccups. Okay. I don't have water. All I have is a Sprite. I think dark chocolate gives me the hiccups. Ah! Well, at least I didn't crunch it up this time. Last time I was erasing the pencil marks on a paper, I crunched the corner, and that was horrible. Ever on and on I continue, circling with nothing but my hate in a carousel of agony, till slowly I forget and my heart starts vanishing, and suddenly I see that I can't break free. I'm slipping through the cracks of a dark eternity with nothing but my pain and the paralyzing agony to tell me who I am, who I was, uncertainty enveloping my mind till I can't break free. And maybe it's a dream, maybe nothing else is real, but it wouldn't mean a thing if I told you how I feel. So I'm tired of all the the pain, all the misery inside, and I wish that I could live feeling nothing but the night. You can tell me what to say, you can tell me where to go, but I doubt that I would care, and my heart would never know. If I make another move, if I take another step, then they'll never be the same, and it all would fade to black. If I find a way to change, if I step into the light, oh my gosh, will there ever be a place for the broken in the light? Am I hurting? Am I sad? Should I stay or should I go? I've forgotten how to tell. Did I ever even know? Can I take another chance? I've done everything I can. All the people that I see, I will never understand. If I find a way to change, if I step into the light, then I'll never be the same, and it all would fade to white. I really messed up. I know I messed up on the lyrics there, but I was having fun. Stuck in the hospital bed. It's dark. Too dark I'm breathing. One breath after the other. I wish to open my eyes, yet they won't open. I can't feel my body. It hurts, yet, or doesn't. I'm breathing, yet. That is a really good poem. Like, seriously, that's really impressive. You've got some really good... I could actually picture what was going on in my head. Not, it's still dark. Why is it dark? Stop it. I hate it. I hear the beep louder and louder. I am no longer alone. It breathes too. I feel its touch, and I begin to breathe. Less I use it to say help. The beep stops, and it's no longer dark. Oh my gosh. I think I'm realizing what the poem is about. It's a really good one. You should definitely keep up the good work, Nana. It's amazing. Like, seriously, awesome. You've got a talent. I mean, I can't even write poems. I mean, I'm probably sure I could if I tried, but I don't really have the confidence for writing poems. I do have the confidence for art, though, so that's why I just do my art. No. That's dedication, Sabby. That's real hardcore dedication there. This stream be going for 2 hours. I'm having a lot of fun. Also, I saw up farther that Bunny Balloon, you got your grandparents into Death Note. That's pretty impressive. I have a Death Note shirt somewhere. It has the character L on it. I mean, I don't watch Death Note, so I don't really know much about it. I mean, I know the basic. There's like this book in it where you can write someone's name in it and then they'll die or something. Something like that. I wonder if Flickby would like to use that book. Probably not. I think he would prefer to just torture someone and kill them by his own 2 hands. Crap, I still need to make my cover art submission for Flickby's Game 2.0, and I still want to read that fanfiction. I want to read it in its entirety. I was having so much fun reading the first couple bits you sent me, Bunny Balloon. I was also trying to think up ideas of what the cover art would look like. Please post it somewhere so I can read it. I am dying. I need the tickle fluff. I need it. I demand it. Chicken tenders. Wait, what? Yeah, you know, like fluffy little scenes that contain tickling. I love it when people just tickle each other and it's really cute. Just like tickle attack. So, my Ask blog on Amino. I've said in the past that I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I really am. Right now, I just need to figure out whose question I'm gonna answer next. Yeah. Did you guys see the trailer for that new Cuphead game that's coming out in 2019? I'm actually pretty excited for it. I mean, there's a good chance I'm probably not going to be able to play it, but if I can see someone else play it, that's good enough for me. Plus, I don't think I could ever get past the first level. I mean, Cuphead, it is like Dark Souls, apparently. I've never played Dark Souls. But from what I've heard, Dark Souls is a really hard game, and that's why people compare Cuphead to Dark Souls, because apparently Cuphead is really hard. The delicious last course. I can't believe you get to play as the legendary Chalice. There's a comic on DeviantArt called One More Deal. It's basically where the next generation fan children of Cuphead uh, go through a similar dilemma as their parents did. Like, Cuphead had a child with Baroness von Bonbon, that candy boss that you fight. And Mugman had a child with Calamaria, that big mermaid boss that you fight. And these two cousins find themselves in a similar ordeal as their parents did when they were kids. The comic is far from being done, but I love what's been put out so far. It looks pretty friggin' fantastic. Cagney Carnation and the flower boss that you fight and the bee boss that you fight, they had a kid. Goopy Legrand and Hilda Berg had a kid named Oliver. Mr. King Dice had a child with that, you know, that when you fight King Dice and that one boss you fight that looks like a she's like a ballerina type thing. She's yellow. Her name is Piroletta. He had a child with Piroletta. Yeah, I know her name is Piroletta, but I'm just making sure to describe her to someone else who might not know her name. Heck, I didn't even know her name was Piroletta until I found the artist that made the comic One More Deal. She makes other art. She makes bendy art. She makes Undertale, Yandere Simulator, Cuphead art. I honestly did not know that Russian roulette thing's name was Piroletta until I found that artist's DeviantArt. I found a Cuphead comic where she asks Mr. King Dice out for a date, and I'm just like, is her name really Piroletta? And I looked on the Cuphead wiki, and apparently it is Piroletta. I mean, I didn't know her name was Piroletta because they never said her name. I like King Dice's theme song though, you know? I'm Mr. King Dice, I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice, I'm the devil's right-hand man. Fun fact, did you know that a woman sings that? Just go listen to that song right now, and like a woman sings that song. Pretty impressive vocal range if you ask me. Sorry, I'm talking too much, but you can clearly see that when I'm passionate about something, I tend to talk excessively about it. I can't decide which one of the brothers that I like more, Cuphead or Mugman. I mean, it was kind of Cuphead's fault that the two brothers got in that predicament anyway, because he wouldn't listen to Mugman when he warned him to not roll the dice. But it all worked out in the end. And Cuphead is they both seem like very nice children, even though they're very mischievous. Yeah, Sabby and I, we go way back. I first met Sabby on the Amino, just like I first met you on the Amino, but Sabby was like a member way before you were, I think. Because I've been on that Amino for well over a year now. I mean, I joined in June. Really? My sister's name is Isabella. Aqua green, brown, orange, red, bleh. Gracie would have loved that. She loves quoting me. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Hey Nana, welcome back. Don't mind us, we're just being nerds about Cuphead. I kind of want to play Cuphead, but at the same time, I'm afraid I'm going to completely lose my temper. I mean, I already have a hard time controlling my temper around real life things. I really don't want to have to embarrass myself about getting mad over something like a video game. I mean, I know people will understand rage quits, especially with rage games like Cuphead. Guys, you know how much hell Cuphead was for everyone else. How much they had to try again on that frickin' robot boss. But, like, seriously. Can you imagine how much harder the delicious last course is going to be? Can you imagine how much harder that one's going to be? Hopefully they tone down the Hopefully they tone down the hardness just a little bit. But I don't want them to make it too easy, but at the same time, I don't want people destroying their controllers and game consoles. Computers. Just because this game is even more hellish than the last one. I haven't really checked out this Granny game yet. Guys, whenever a new game comes out, I generally don't check it out right away. I need some kind of motivation to check it out. Like, I have literally had no motivation to check out Baldi's Basics, okay? I'm no offense if you like that. I'm no offense, okay? But I literally do not have an ounce of motivation. Why should I go check this out? I mean, it's popular, clearly, but, like, I need more motivation than that. The whole reason why I checked out Undertale was because, my cousin recommended it to me. And even though my cousin recommended it to me, I was still heavily obsessed with Happy Tree Friends. But after a while, I grew out of Happy Tree Friends. I know that sounds kind of shocking. But for a while, I became obsessed with Undertale. But then I rediscovered my love for Happy Tree Friends, and Undertale just became another one of my mini obsessions. So yeah, that's why I checked out Undertale. I checked out Happy Tree Friends because I was watching the Fine Brothers Entertainment channel, and I saw that they were reacting to something known as Happy Tree Friends, and I'm just like, I think I've seen this cartoon somewhere before, because it looked like something that I might have seen on Cartoon Network based on the art style, but I must have been thinking of a different cartoon, because I'm just like, nope, Cartoon Network would never put this on their channel. But then I remembered that my boyfriend had showed it to me a while back, and I dismissed it because at the time when he showed it to me, I was not a big fan of blood and gore. I was kind of a little pansy. But for one reason or another, I grew past my fear of blood and gore. And that's when I started becoming obsessed with Happy Tree Friends, all because of Elders React. I honestly knew it was familiar to me, but I couldn't remember why. But then I remembered, oh yeah, my boyfriend showed this to me and I dismissed it because I was a little bitch. The reason why I checked out Bendy and the Ink Machine was because people would just not shut up about it. It's all I ever heard wherever I went. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to check out this game, but only because I want to know why people won't shut up about it. And then, surprise, surprise, I got into it, and I'm just like, okay, now I see why people won't shut up about this game, because it's very interesting. So, at that time, I was kind of in a Undertale slash Bendy obsessive phase. You never know it has blood until much later. That's one of the reasons why I love Happy Tree Friends so much. It is a wolf in sheep's clothing show. It deceives you. It looks innocent, but then it shows that it has it has a much darker side to it. It deceives you. It throws you off guard, and I like it. It's so deceiving, and it's so clever. If I ever meet the creators of the show, I want to give them a high five and a bro fist. Uh, I'm pretty sure if I ever met Ken Navarro, I would just like, and I knew it was him, I would just like stare at him. I'm pretty sure this would happen. I would just be like, because I am such a big Happy Tree Friends fan, but I don't think I'd ever want to show him my Happy Tree Friends alternate universe because it's so freaking girly and it's so freaking happy and it's so unlike Happy Tree Friends. Like, guys, I really don't want my AU to become canon. I know that's probably a shocker because like people just be like, "Why wouldn't you want it? It's your fantasy. Don't you want it to come to life?" I feel like if my alternate universe were to become a reality, then well, people just wouldn't like Happy Tree Friends as much because Happy Tree Friends is meant to be a deceivingly cute show that eventually evolves into something darker. My alternate universe is more about wholesome stuff and connecting and love and such. So if my alternate universe were to become a reality and to become canon, then well, it'd just be completely ruining the show and what made it so popular in the first place. I'm fine with my alternate universe just staying a fan idea. I'm fine with it. I'm really fine with my ideas not becoming canon. I mean, if there are like references and I accidentally get some things right about how the show actually works, then that's purely coincidental, but I would honestly would feel a lot better if my alternate universe just stayed an alternate universe. I can kind of understand some of their words sometime. I think the only time I've ever heard a character say its name was in the episode Aw Shucks, when Lumpy broke through the door with that axe. He was just like, "Here's Lumpy!" That was a reference to Jack Nicholson from The Shining. You guys ever seen that movie? I've only ever seen it once. It's a pretty good movie. It's pretty creepy actually, like those two twins that stand at the end of the hall and the word red rum, how it's murder spelt backwards, and how the dad character slowly loses his mind and becomes possessed the longer they stay in that freaking hotel. Yeah, it's a pretty creepy movie, but I can watch it at night and still sleep. The things that really scare me into not sleeping, other than my real life, is probably creepy pastas like The Smile Dog and Marina Mordgard Glesgorv and The Suicide Mouse. That stuff is what keeps me awake, and it makes me afraid to go take out the trash when it's really dark outside. That's why I always hope and pray that whenever my mom asks me to take out the trash, it's not really really dark outside, because then I just do the whole SpongeBob thing and I'm just like that's pretty much me when I take out the trash when it's really dark out. I try my absolute hardest to go out there, throw the trash away, then get the hell back inside before freaking Slender Man or Jeff the Killer or freaking any other creepy pasta will come get me. I like Japanese folklore too. If we're gonna talk about Japanese folklore, I'm just gonna bring up a Vocaloid song. It's called Soshita Kimi wa Tsuki ni Nata. It's Japanese for "And Then You Became the Moon." It was made by the same Vocaloid producer that made "You Are a Useless Child" and also Hikari Yo. Kikuo's made a lot of familiar songs. But basically, and then you became the moon is a song. Yeah, that is a funny scene. Anyway, what I was gonna say was the song seems to be about these two friends who are very, very close to each other, and they seem to be represented as the moon and the star. And one of the friends talks about walking alone at night in a cold winter storm, and they talk about what they can only describe as Yuki Ona's insane dance. Now, here's where the Japanese folklore comes into play. Yuki Onna is described to be a female spirit rumored to bring travelers astray in icy cold weather to their deaths. And so the fact that one of the friends says that she sees this insane spirit dancing shows that she's slowly walking to her death, and she ends up freezing to death. But what about the other friend? Well, it shows that the other friend found them, and they describe the friend that freezes to death describes that they're being put into a warm pocket. So I guess that means that the friend tried their hardest to warm them up, but ended up freezing to death as well. And then they both died, and they disappeared into the depths of space forever, becoming the moon and the star respectively. No, I don't think I know that one. Oh, bumblebees. Yeah, bees are like, I don't know what it is about bees, but they creep me out. But like at the zoo where I live, I mean, I don't live near the zoo, but like in the state, town, place, whatever that I live in, the zoo here, they have a thing where like you can go into like this barn place and you can see different kinds of animals like lizards and such. And there's also like a beehive thing that you can check out. The bees are secured underneath the plexiglass thing, but they have a hive going on, and you can watch the bees like do their business, like their bee work in there. And it's so cool to just watch them do their jobs and such. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, bee stings are very painful, and when you see a bee, your first instinct is to just run away. But honestly, when they're trapped underneath plexiglass and you know they can't hurt you, bees are actually really fascinating to watch. Alright, I'll see if I can remember to do that. I was making a meme a while back, but I never really got around to finishing it. I still want to finish it, but I'm losing motivation to. It wasn't really even an animation, it was just freeze framed drawings edited together to look like, edited together to look like they were just edited together to look like it was actually kind of moving. Yeah, losing my mind. I keep trying to plan out the rest of the frames and what they would look like, but every time I try to plan out the future frames, I just feel like I get overwhelmed. I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. That's too much work, even though I would love to finish it. I really want to finish it. I I will I'm I want to try my best to finish it, but I can't make any guarantees that I'm going to before I die. That's all there is, okay? The losing my mind meme is meant to have Flippy and Lammy in it mainly, because in my alternate universe, they are two very mentally unstable characters that have slowly lost their minds. We all know Flippy lost his mind because of his PTSD and his evil side and all that, yada yada yada. But Lammy in my alternate universe, she also slowly lost her mind over time because she was trapped in an asylum since she was 13, and she escaped after 2 years. I mean, I know that might not seem like such a long time, but when you're in an asylum and they're doing all kinds of crazy things to you, 2 years can feel like an eternity, especially considering all the things that they did to her. Like, seriously. The things they did to Lammy. Lammy's story is very loosely based off of Maggie Evans's story from Dark Shadows, because she could also see and talk to ghosts, and no one could understand that, and her parents thought she was crazy, so they sent her away to an insane asylum where they did all kinds of bad things to her to try to make her forget about the fact that she could see and talk to ghosts. Like, I remember watching a scene in the movie where she was like on a table and her hands were strapped either behind her back or to the sides of the table, and they had these little machines that they attached to the sides of her head, and it kind of gave her a shock. They just like zapped her a little bit and she was like she was slowly losing her mind. She was placed in a padded cell and she couldn't see the outside world, but she did manage to escape. Cold, huh? Well, you want to read it to us, Nana? I feel like I'm losing my mind all the time, baby. It's like I'm losing my mind. Every day I'm losing my mind. Feels like they're watching me. They see I'm losing. They think I'm losing. Every day I'm losing my mind. Oh, I love burbs. Alright, got the page colored. I love this face. I don't know why, it's just a good facial expression. If you want me to read it, just tell me. Alright. Flaky is like, well, since you asked, I'll just go ahead and explain. And Flippy says, no, that's fine, Flakes. You don't. And she interrupts him and says, have to? I wish I could agree with you, but then I'd be lying, and I don't want to lie to my boyfriend. Yeah, that was a good expression. And so was Lammy's expression. She was just like, so freaking funny. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I got a page colored off camera. This is a much earlier page. That's a good one, Nana. Really good. But it looks like protecting you will be my greatest challenge yet. Listen, Flakes, hun, forget it. You don't have... He didn't rape me, just so you know. Two more. 2 more pages, including this one. 2 more pages, and then I can finally start putting together the first part of chapter 4. Your waiting is soon over, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the first part will be featuring that scene. It's stated on her bio on my amino profile that Petunia can sometimes be hasty and can often jump to conclusions a bit too quickly. I described her as she can be very nice and understanding, but also kind of bossy and demanding. Also, I did a rhyme there. Oh, it does, huh? Yeah, what Sabby said. I mean, I don't usually read much. I mean, when it comes to novels. But I would definitely read one of your books. I mean, the reason why I don't usually read novels is because I just kind of lose interest in them because, I don't know, I just kind of have a bit of a short attention span. I mean, you guys have probably noticed by now that I have a short attention span. I mean, it's probably evident. I mean, do you guys notice? I mean, obviously I told you that I have a short attention span, but did you guys ever notice before? Was it kind of obvious or not? I mean, it's something I'm trying to change about myself, but it's slow going. But I'd rather have it going slow than not going at all. Alright, bye. I've never really read the Coraline book. I mean, I've seen the movie, and it's a very good movie. Very creepy. Very well animated, but creepy. That's another thing about me and books. If I have a hard time picturing what's happening in the book, then, well, I'm probably not going to show a whole lot of interest in it. I'm kind of a visual learner. Alright, guys. It's almost 1 in the morning. I better end off the stream now. I really, really want to keep going, especially when I'm so close. And yet so far, but yeah, I've got to at least try to sleep tonight, even though I'm still afraid to. But yeah, thanks so much for coming. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night again as a makeup because I wasn't able to stream these past 2 days. I'm gonna remember, I'm going to stream tomorrow at around the same time, 10 o'clock per usual. So, yeah, just another makeup stream. Alright, bye.